No, it's time! Kaioken does way so fast!
Welcome everyone. Alright, we don't need any. I have no idea if that's actually still playing or if it's just playing in my ears. But apparently earlier today it was reported on the World of Geekdom via Geekdom 101. That's right. Big Dio himself reported that he had put up a video earlier that night around midnight. And apparently he has a source that had seen the screening of the new Matrix movie. Now, I believe this is Matrix 4 Resurrection. Yes, Keanu Reeves is in it. And all I know is Dio said he woke up and then on his World of Geekdom channel, he totally had a copyright strike. That's right. Not a claim, a strike, literally taking it down and deleting his video. Now, according to him and other folks in the comments there, as far as I've gathered thus far, it was basically just his voice along with a background that said Matrix 4. Now, maybe that was a hidden piece of image, but as far as I understand it, according to Dio and other folks, there was no unreleased copyright footage, nor screenshots, or anything like this. Now, I had covered some of the stuff earlier last year with Naughty Dog. Yes, that's right, because we must remember that Musso Entertainment, which was a third-party contractor on behalf of Sony Entertainment Group, I believe it was, that was going around and issuing copy strikes. Now, from what I was able to gather from my investigation upon that, every single instance, I believe it was related to perhaps footage that had been released or, hacked in that instance because it was an involuntary release because that's never happened to anyone before. And as far as all of this goes, there always seemed to be an image because some folks were saying, we just showed an article. And then I went to those articles and then I noticed at one point, there seemed to be an image in this spot that's no longer there because as far as I understand it, Musso's job was to basically go around, scour the internet, and basically strike down anything that had been unreleased. Now, in this particular instance, I haven't heard about any information that was hacked or anything like this. All I really heard was you had an internet journalist who had a source that he thought was good, that watched the screening, that decided to share the plot of the movie with him. Now, you might not like spoilers. You might not want the movie to be released. Now, again, that's up to each and every individual. But as far as what I also understood that Dio was trying to explain, he was also trying to say that I believe it was something along the lines of, I'm not a shill, I actually have legitimate sources. Now, I have no idea what context he's speaking that of, but all I know is Doom Man got a strike. He said he's going to fight it as much as he can, and apparently, at last update via Twitter, it appeared that he had been in contact with Warner Brothers to try to resolve the situation. Because, again, in my opinion, this is a load of BS right here. Why do I say this? Why have I even skipped my intro? Because, well, I mean, initially, I kind of do have freedom of speech in the channel tags there. I like turtles and dragons. All these things can be true at the same time. Now I realize I've also sided on a lot of these big companies, or at least entertain the idea of why they're doing what they're doing. Do I always agree with what they do? No. But my big thing is, if something's going to be against the terms of service, especially if a guy like Dio is out there, this is his life right now, his YouTube channel. This is how he earns a living. He does well for himself. He ground it out, though. He worked very hard. He's a major Dragon Ball fan. And personally, I enjoy consuming a lot of his content because I happen to be a Dragon Ball fan as well. We're around the same age. And he happened to be an individual that, I don't know, seemed to really be in it and like to think these things through. In my opinion, a fan. A big fan. I can respect that. I see you there, Jarl. Welcome, Jarl. Yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm hearing this from a lot of people, and where do I kind of boil down upon this? Like, what's going on? My thing is, I get it. Like, a lot of folks will bring up hate speech, and apparently, legally, according to the Supreme Court, hate speech isn't a thing. However, on a lot of these sites, if people are going around saying mean words, and let's face it, that does drive a lot of people away. I mean, we all know and hear about all the folks that are crusading to save that dislike button. I haven't heard many people going on a extreme battle to try to save the dislike button. I'm just pointing this out. This is one of my things. Like, people like hearing good things. A lot of folks don't like hearing negative things, but you know what? My thing is, people should be able to speak freely. Maybe limit a little bit of the profanity. If somebody wants to have that, I mean, hey, by all means. But I mean, let's face it. At that point, maybe that's probably an 18+ piece of material there. And I get it. It's like Susan Wojcicki. She's got an impossible job right now. It's like, well, what are you going to do? It's like, all of a sudden, this claim comes in from literally Warner Brothers himself, not a third-party site. According to what we actually saw there, it was actually Warner Brothers themselves. So what we're going to do here is I'll actually go back over to the Geekdom real quick, because what we're going to do is, first off, we'll actually take a look at this article here. So I'm going to share this article, and I'm going to bring it up over here via the window, because we don't need to use any more copyright Dragon Ball Super material. But all right, we have this over here. Okay, so as we can see here, this article is brought to us, and Geekdom linked them himself over on the Twitters. This is from Dexerto. YouTuber leaks full Matrix 4 Resurrections plot and ending spoilers. A YouTuber with a credible track record of leaks is claimed to have revealed the entire plot of The Matrix 4, and it's quite divisive, to say the least. I'm not going any farther. Well, actually, I'll go this farther because I actually read this. I don't want to actually spoil it for myself either. World of Geekdom, better known as the Dragon Ball YouTuber Geekdom 101, had previously correctly revealed the plots for Godzilla vs. Kong and Snake Eyes, and has built himself up as having insider info. Okay, the YouTuber has allegedly gotten his hands on the entire plot of The Matrix 4, claiming that he has a source who has seen the entire movie. And it seems to be legitimate too, as YouTube deleted the video after copyright claim by Warner Brothers. Okay, yeah. I don't want to spoil things for folks. This is why the article's in the doobly-doo. Click on your own risk. This is the important thing. I'm like, if folks don't want to see things, they shouldn't have to see things either. But many people were surprised when the Wachowski siblings announced they were working on a fourth installment in the Matrix franchise, especially with the original trilogy wrapping things up. So, oh my God, they actually came back. They actually were giving fans what fans had kind of wanted. I heard it's like, we'd like to see another movie. Now, you could always run into the Zombieland paradox. What do I mean? It's like, Zombieland came out, that's a great movie, we want a sequel. And then you wait like 10 years before you give us a sequel. I'm like, I was kind of like 300 as well. It's like, oh my God, here's 300. We want a sequel. We'll wait like 6 years on that. It's like, I love you guys, but a little bit of the thrill kind of petered out. So even if you came out with a movie, even if it wasn't even the greatest movie, we're still in a bit of a high. Like, okay, it's not the greatest thing. And I realize very often I'll be pushing back against folks that'll be saying mean words. Oh, look at what these studios are doing. Oh, they're ruining Western civilization and everything. I'm sitting back. I'm like, all right, try to tell me that Star Trek was never a very progressive series or something like that. That's the thing. It's like, I don't care if you have criticism. Use all the criticism you want. It's like when you start pushing the bound and starting to say these people are evil. Now, if you have proof these people are evil, by all means, let us know. But if you just happen to disagree with somebody's perspective and you're just going to start hating on them to hate on them because, well, it's not like anybody would be like, oh my God, you're saying all the things I absolutely love. Yes, we absolutely need to.
Are we memeing ourselves into oblivion?
Yes.
I'm just saying. And I think kind of meme magic is a thing. I think whatever path we're going on, it's like, all right, you want to start a fight with somebody, it's like, guess what? Even if somebody's a big corporation, I noticed this like a year or two ago. I saw somebody say not so nice things against, I think it was like the Netflix account or something like that. And they're like, we're people too. And I'm like, wow, believe it or not, that not everyone on the internet is a bot. And I tend to be on the mind that with the coming general artificial intelligence, robots are people too, because we need to treat individuals with the same respect we'd like to be treated with. But I digress. So we're popping over to Geekdom one-on-one, and we're going to hop over to his channel as I narrate while I'm doing what I'm doing, because who really likes dead air? Oh, it bothers the heck out of me. And that was actually one of the things they marked us off for when I was doing an internship for a mutual fund company. So, all right. There we go. We'll actually review Geekdom's video. I did let him know this video was going on. Dio, if you would like on, I'm not going to be on for much longer. Love to hear what you have to say. So, totally all right with that. But as far as everything goes, all right, we'll share. We'll stop that one. We'll share this one. Doop-de-doo, listen to me narrate, 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 narrate. There we go. Okay, so as we can see, his video here, he's not happy.
I am not happy right now.
True.
I am not happy. So last night at around midnight, I dropped a video, an exclusive right here on Geekdom 101. Nobody else had it. Not YouTube, not Reddit, not 4chan. Nobody.
To be fair, I believe it was on World of Geekdom, because it does say right there, World of Geekdom. Continue, Dio.
Had this complete Matrix 4 spoilers that came from an inside source who saw an early version of the film during a screening that they did about 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, which, by the way, was not a secret. People know about the screening. I was told about the screening. I was told the plot. I did a video, a legitimate plot leak with details that nobody else has here on my channel on World of Geekdom. And what happens? Warner Brothers, this morning I wake up and I find out that Warner Brothers, the company that is going to put the Matrix 4 out, has given me a copyright takedown. They have striked the video.
So as we can see, that is a copyright strike takedown. It's not a claim saying, okay, we're going to take your revenue from the video, which a lot of times you'll see if you're playing copyright music and stuff. No. This is a strike against your channel. Now, as far as the more recent YouTube updates, I believe it's kind of like, what is it? Not King of the Ring. Oh my God. Clash of Clans. Yes, I'm confusing all these battle simulations. But in Clash of Clans, basically, you get attack, you get a shield. So at least for YouTube right now, your first copyright strike basically gets absorbed by a shield, because he did put out this video, which if he happened to have a strike, I believe it's at least, was it like a day or 7 days before you can actually put out, or you can't live stream and you can only put out videos. Or maybe it has been struck again. I don't know. But as far as this goes, that kind of sums up what we were going over before, because this is the thing. If all of a sudden he's leaking clips because somebody was in there recording, I totally understand. It's like, okay, that's not released. It's like you're putting out pirated footage. Yes, we all know about that. But apparently this is a source that reached out to Dio, that watched the movie, that was a trusted source, that gave him information, and Dio does a good job about summing things up and explaining things to the best of his knowledge. Apparently they weren't fans of that. Because also, that's why I have the thumbnail there. It's he's trying to get the scoop. Isn't this what journalists do? I mean, again, you might not agree with him actually putting out spoilers, but I'm pretty sure he's pretty good at listing these are spoilers. And if it's the internet anyway, I'm like, is this an issue with Geekdom? Is this an issue with YouTube? Or is this perhaps an issue with folks that may have signed an NDA that didn't abide by the NDA? Because all I know is if somebody's reaching out to a journalist, and that journalist is publishing things that are true, to go after a journalist like this, I don't know. He said he didn't even trash the movie. It's like he was just giving his thoughts. This is the thing. It's like, to all of a sudden silence somebody and punish somebody for telling the truth. That's a very dangerous precedent. I realize I haven't talked upon this topic in a while. well, I mean, Joe, this is news. He had a source reach out to him, because at this point, it's like, literally, what's to stop them from saying, whether it's CNN, Fox News, or anything like that? It's like, all right, well, so and so is striking you because you're giving out information that we don't want released right now. Really? Really? Again, I am not an attorney, but my thought is this will probably get resolved because, as far as I understand, Dio is in contact with Warner Brothers right now because I think they realize this is not a good look. This was not a third party. This was straight from Warner Brothers right here. Warner Brothers Entertainment to a YouTuber that's got, on that particular channel, I think he's got about 70,000 or so folks following him over there. His main channel is probably about 750,000 right now. And if you are active at all in the anime or Dragon Ball Z community, you've probably at least heard of or maybe seen a Geekdom 101 video. He is quite prolific. I do think he puts out quite quality content. Am I biased? Absolutely. This happens to be a person that I enjoy their content of. So that is another reason, medically, that I'm going to talk about. Can I talk about everything? I mean, that would take a long time. And then again, I got to be honest. I'm just one dude on the internet. And again, thank you for bringing that up, Joe. Again, shout out to my patrons, Joe, Franco, and Dave M. This broadcast is helped made possible by viewers like you. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to a little more.
Even though the video has no footage and no audio from The Matrix, none of the movies, because there's not even a trailer out for Matrix 4, yo. And there's no footage or audio from Matrix 1, 2, and 3. It's literally me talking over an image that says The Matrix 4. That's literally all I'm doing. My voice. They have decided, because they're afraid of the leak coming out, of the information getting out, and because they can abuse the YouTube system, unlike Reddit and 4chan that can't really be blocked. So because of that, they have chosen to give me a copyright takedown. This right here shows just how stupid this YouTube copyright system is and how companies are constantly abusing this.
One of the things very often I'll see people issuing claims, because even Miss Mellons brought this up the other day. Apparently it was a Japanese firm or something that gave her a copyright strike. Yes, a strike. I inquired further about it. That it said, oh, well, there's some music over here. I'm like, okay, if you're going back in the past like 10 years to strike things, okay, yeah, that had like 100,000 views on it. That's cool. You're just trying to get revenue, because there also seemed to have been issues with companies that don't even have the rights of ownership to certain IP or stuff, claiming it on behalf of other people. Why? Well, you get money. I don't know. That seems kind of incentivized. And this has been a problem. This is a problem. And the way I see it is, the biggest problem is, what are you allowed to put out there? See, for me, I'm like, even with the whole Naughty Dog situation, do I think you should be giving people strikes just because, okay, there was a screenshot or something there? It's like, it's out there now and everything. You can make the argument, okay, maybe that was hacked. This was voluntarily given by a source. So, I mean, if you're saying journalism is illegal, I don't think that's what YouTube and Warner Brothers are trying to say. I think they're like, oh crap, we didn't expect this information to get out so soon to so many people. Because if just one person tells somebody and it's going around a bar, okay, you hear these rumors. When you got a dude, man, that has a pretty solid track record about having quality information, he can reach out to about 750,000 people who will then all start citing him. It's like, oh, the movie's not out for another 6 months. We didn't want it to be spoiled so soon. Maybe you shouldn't have had a screening for it. I'm just saying. We'll go on a little bit more with the video.
This constantly. I did not break any copyright law at all. The entire video was me talking, giving exclusive information about this movie that nobody else has. Because unlike a lot of these clowns on YouTube, I actually got people who can get me information. I actually got people who see these things and report back to me. I'm not a fucking grifter.
I have no idea what he's referring to right there. Continue, Dio.
See what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to take money away from Warner Brothers because I'm going to go see the movie anyways. And I didn't even trash the movie. There are things I didn't like about the plot, and there are things I did like, right? But the movie is going to be out in December, And these guys gave me a copyright strike. I'm going to fight this as much as I can. I'm going to do what I can to fight this. If this continues, if they don't put this video back up next week, early next week, in a few days after Father's Day, I'm going to re-upload the video. And at that point, we'll see if I get nailed again.
Right. All right. He goes on. He says some unkind words about Warner Brothers a little bit after that, but it is what it is at this point. This is one of those things where it's like, all right. Even if somebody gave you an image, you say, well, we have proof that this is part of the movie. It's been unreleased. The dude spoke words on the internet. And if speaking words on the internet that aren't maliciously directed to dehumanize somebody, as I'm switching in and out of scaly form here, to just speak words on the internet that are true and then be penalized for that, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. And the big thing is, if this is against the terms of service, well, YouTube's got to let us know. That's the thing. If it's like, I spoke the truth, this gets taken down. Why? We didn't like the words that somebody said. I think that sets an extremely dangerous precedent. So this is one of the things that's going to put another meme of either a shirtless or a furry video up, something sarcastic. Don't worry, they'll be coming very soon. But as far as this goes, we got to address this. And this is one of the reasons why a little bit of a fire under my butt, because politics can be draining the soul, but you got to be ready to take a stand. And this seems like a major issue that hopefully will be resolved. And if changes need to be made, then we need to change them. And it needs to be communicated to folks within the community. Because if you're not letting folks know what's right and wrong, how can you expect if people just start losing their minds and going a bit nutty bananas, all of a sudden, I got a strike. Why am I getting in trouble? It's like a little kid. They just eat a whole bunch of ice cream, and all of a sudden you're just like, you start screaming at them like, what'd I do wrong? At least explain. You're not supposed to eat all the ice cream. I'm just saying, sharing is caring. But that's all we got for this for now. Might be doing some other appearances on some other places. Apparently, I've been invited into a puppet nation, so we'll see how that goes. But hey, peace out, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Be safe. And no matter what happens, you gotta remember.
How do you know if any of this stuff is true? How do you know someone didn't just make it up?
What? You mean just lie? You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
I just mean that some of the details...
Whoa, I never thought of that. This is terrible. What if none of it's true? What if they're all lying? How would we ever know?
Have you guys checked out the Memes of Destruction's channel? He's an interesting dude.